There will be no trial for a Scottsbluff man charged in connection to a reported sexual assault involving a 6-year-old girl. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, a 46-year-old Scottsbluff man who was arrested in October in connection to an alleged 2008 sexual assault on a 6-year-old girl will not be standing trial. Harold Red Bear Sr. was initially charged with first-degree sexual assault of a child after the victim reported the assault to forensic interviews during a capstone interview. He was arrested in South Dakota and transported to Scottsbluff County, but last week in district court, Red Bear Sr. pleaded no contest to an amended charge of attempted first-degree sexual assault of a child. Under the terms of the plea agreement, prosecutors will remain silent at sentencing, and he will face up to 20 years in prison when he's sentenced on the 2A felony on March 15th. Well, the Scottsbluff School Board has approved a new contract to replace the wood floor in the Scottsbluff High competition Gymnasium to address ongoing issues with the flex flooring originally installed as part of the high school expansion and renovation. The contract is just over $121,000 with FLR Sanders to replace the flooring system and will use funds retained by the district pending satisfactory completion of the expansion project punch list items. Facilities Director Randy Scott says issues have continued to crop up despite prior repairs to the flex flooring currently in place.
We're still having quite a bit of expanding and contracting across multiple boards. We're having some creaking in the floor that's more than what would typically be expected of a gym floor of this age. And then we're having some deflection, board deflection that's causing the finish to fail. So the finish is failing prematurely.
Scott says the new flooring will be the same type as installed as the auxiliary gym and at Bluffs Middle School, both of which have had no major problems. And Dawes County authorities are looking for the man who robbed the Crawford Cenex gas station at closing time Sunday night and left with an undisclosed amount of money. Sheriff Carl Daly says the man came into the store, told the clerk to lock the doors and empty the register and safe before fleeing out the back door. The suspect is described as being approximately 5'9", having a raspy voice, and in his 50s. Anybody with information about the robbery are asked to do so on the Nebraska Crime Stoppers website. Well, straight ahead, another cold, snowy day here in the valley. How long till we have any sign of warm-up? Bill Boyer's in with your comprehensive weather forecast right after the break.
At Platte Valley Bank, we understand that you have a busy life, and that means you don't always have time to come to the bank. That's why we offer user-friendly online and mobile banking with features such as iPay, recurring transfers, and mobile deposit. So you can bank how you want, when you want to. Whether you prefer to bank in person, over the phone, or online, Platte Valley Bank makes it easy to take care of your finances.
No matter what job I've got to do, my John Deere 5E tractor can do it all. Whether I'm cutting, moving feed, or building a fence. Using my 5E means my work gets done faster at a price I can afford, and that works for me.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Arby's 2 for $5 mix and match is here for a limited time. How limited? If I tell you, will you still come right now versus putting it off until oops, the deal is over?
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the Arby's Weather Center. Arby's, we have the meats.
We're going to go with clearing skies as we go through the evening tonight. We'll start out cloudy, turn clear as we go overnight. That's going to drop temps down into the single digits probably before we get to the bottom tonight. Some areas certainly not going to have any problems getting down into the single digits. So any of the snow is going to come to an end this evening. if it hasn't already where you're at. Just a few flurries as everything pushes off to the east. It's going to be breezy, not as cold tomorrow, but that's kind of a transition day before we get back to more active weather late Thursday and into Friday, when we expect another round of snow. Probably some light accumulations likely with this storm system coming up late Thursday and Friday. Heavier snows off to our east. We'll show you that here in a minute. 19 yesterday after a morning low of 5 degrees below zero. A very cold day yesterday. Nothing in the rain gauge, a trace in fact. Just a couple of hundred, still shy of normal. We've had snow throughout the day today. Let me show you what we've been over here the last couple of weeks. We bring this graphic back every week or so to show you here the first few days of February. We started out very cold, much colder than normal, right until the days here leading up to Valentine's Day. Slightly above normal, well above normal last Wednesday, a week ago tomorrow. And then we dropped right back to near normal, and then we've been down on the colder side of normal and much below normal temperatures. And we continue this trend. It's been going on the last couple of weeks. We'll have a brief reprieve and then right back into colder than normal temperatures. And really, we see this pattern kind of hanging around for another 2 weeks, maybe 14, 18 days possibly. We're going to be in this more than likely colder than normal spell. We've got cold temperatures across all of our region right now. Hayes at 23, 17 up in Norfolk, 11 in Watertown, 20 in Valentine. It's 10 in Laramie, 10 degrees in Rock Springs, 20 here in Scottsbluff, 18 in Ogallala and in Chadron, 17 up in Alliance, where we'll have B8 sub-district basketball finals for you coming up here a little bit later on from Alliance tonight, Scottsbluff and Alliance there. And it is cold conditions here all across the region. Winds are out of the south, east-southeast, 5 to 15 miles an hour. So even though those temps are chilly, those wind chills are very cold out there. Single digits, 1 in Sydney right now, 10 in Chadron, one of the warmer readings, 14 over in Wheatland. So very cold conditions, not only on the temperature side of things, but certainly on the wind chill side of things as well. On the bus tomorrow, we're not going to have any snow. It's going to be sunny on the way to school, and on the way home from school, it'll be sunny as well. Temperatures in the teens as we start today and get home into the low 30s. All right, let's take a look at Futurecast now. This is where we set up now. Again, a few little light scattering of snow showers out there. Those will push off to the east and diminish and move out of the region. Notice that heavier band of snow off to our east. We're going to see clearing skies through the night tonight. That's going to allow temps to fall into the single digits for most of us overnight for low temperatures. In fact, everybody in the single digits with the exception of Ogallala there at 10. But I think we'll keep it on the positive side of 0. Let's hope. It's going to be kind of touch and go. If we clear out early enough, we could drop down to 0 or slightly below in a few areas. Tomorrow we start off sunny. Going to have a few breezes around here, especially late in the day. Could see some northwest winds, 15 to 25 at times. They will get out of here by tomorrow night. Clear skies going to remain around for most of the day tomorrow. So outside of those breezes, not too bad, as we're going to see the sun tomorrow, which it seems like it's been a while since we've seen that sun. And going to start to get some color back here on the map with temps into the low 30s. It's going to be short-lived, though. And as we take a look at forecast snowfall now, this is not what's coming tonight. This is what's coming with the next round of storms. This is going to be the late Thursday, Friday time frame for us. Notice we have accumulations of less than an inch right now on the map, 1 to 2 for several of us, maybe a little higher amounts off to the east and southeast of us. Notice this band of darker blue shaded areas. We'll show you those here in central Nebraska. This area, this is, again, not tonight's snowfall and what's into tomorrow. This is what's coming for Thursday night, Friday, Saturday as you go off to the south and east of us. We're looking at accumulations maybe approaching a foot in some areas. Winds are going to be up as well. So we could be dealing with a pretty significant snowstorm on that end of the state and a nuisance type storm system for us. Keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on it here the next couple of days and stay tuned and we will keep you up to date. Tonight, though, we're just looking at partly to mostly cloudy skies. 9 tonight, and we're going to see temps bottom out. Temps are going to clear out, or skies are going to clear out overnight as we get toward tomorrow, and then we have a sunny day coming, but it is going to be breezy at times. It's the only downside we can nitpick on tomorrow at 36, much warmer than where we were today. In our 7-day forecast, we're heading back down into the upper 20s and low 30s. Late day snow on Thursday, snow during the day Friday should come to an end later on Friday into Saturday. Breezy conditions around on Saturday again. temps in the mid 30s into Sunday, and then colder again for Monday, about 30, maybe some late day snow showers once again on Tuesday. We stay pretty active, generally colder than normal all the way through that period, and off and on chances of some snow.
Arby's 2 for $5 mix and match is here for a limited time. How limited? If I tell you, will you still come right now versus putting it off until oops, the deal is over?
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes high-performance lubricants and fuel improvers. We've been helping customers improve their operations for over 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and cut out the middleman and offer excellent service and value. Our products last longer and work better so that you spend less time maintaining equipment and more time making money. Whether you're in a factory, farm, fleet, or food processing facility, Hydrotex can help you. Visit hydrotexoil.com or call 308-635-8162.
With Viero's entertainment trifecta package, never miss the big play. Work on becoming the new and improved you, or invite friends to compete in the game. Get the power of free. Get 2 new lines of HD Plus and internet service, and we will give you Sling TV, an Air TV player, and a big screen TV, all for free. Get the entertainment trifecta package today. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected to the content you love.
Welcome back. A May trial date has been set for a 25-year-old Scottsbluff man charged with first-degree sexual assault. Christopher Heartseeker is accused of having sex with the juvenile female after she passed out at his home back in November. Court documents say another woman at the home woke up to find Heartseeker having sex with the girl. Now, he has pleaded not guilty to the charge, and he'll be back in court on April 17th for his pre-trial hearing. Sticking with crime, as a former New York City mob boss will be sharing his story with locals during a special event this Sunday at the Midwest Theater in Scottsbluff. Michael Franzese will talk about his rise to the top of the Colombo crime family and how he generated $8 million a week for the mob. Franzese will also talk about how he was able to leave the mob and walk away and leave a life of crime behind. This free event is brought to you by the Holiday Family of Companies and the Mitchell Berean Church, and is Sunday from 6 to 7 at the theater. And a national survey finds that University of Wyoming students have more interaction with faculty members, spend more time preparing for class, and receive more encouragement to participate in campus activities than students at other public universities in the region. The National Survey of Student Engagement has been administered every 3 years at UW, but starting this year, it will be administered annually. UW scored 15 points higher than its Rocky Mountain region peers in the area of institutional emphasis on first-year students attending campus and activities events, 9 points higher in first-year students engaging in discussions with faculty members outside of class, and 7 points higher in UW's support for first-year students' overall well-being. Well, straight ahead, Shabella Guzman will be in with a check-in on Ag News. Stick around. KNEB.TV News will be back right after this.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the Western Hearing Clinic Ag Desk. Western Hearing Clinic, the Panhandle's choice for better hearing, helping you hear what matters most.
While consumers may not have bought as many packages of dry edible beans last year, another area made up for the low demand. Courtney Schuler, area field representative for Trinidad Benham, tells us more on the demand trend.
And that trend has slightly decreased, but a lot of that is in response to the trade mitigation buys that the government has purchased and fed into these regions of the U.S. through food banks and through school food programs and different things. So those purchases have more than counteracted that decrease in the purchase of packaged beans. So overall, we've actually seen an increase in consumption over the last year, and we've seen an increase in both of the types that are primarily grown in western Nebraska. So I think that's really positive.
Dry edible beans, like most of the other pulse crops, can be found in a variety of products. Schuler talks about different ways beans are finding their way into a variety of foods and snacks.
Yes, you can look and find a lot of different products where beans are an ingredient, or for example, that bean smash is a new kind of convenience food where you can just add water and have some healthy bean snack. So it's we're trying to be more, the industry's trying to be more trendy, get more into the ingredient markets. Plant-based protein is a big thing, gluten-free is a big thing. And, beans kind of fall into a lot of those trendy categories right now, so we're trying to capitalize on that.
That's Courtney Schuler with Trinidad Benham, who was at the Nebraska Dry Bean Growers Association's Bean Day on February 12th in Gearing.
Think a utility vehicle should do more than take you places? So does Kubota. That's why our all-new Sidekick is built to do it all. Climb more, tow more, go more. Cross over to more today. Take your Kubota Sidekick home with no money down and 0% financing for 36 months.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gearing.
It's a friendly town, that's for sure. Not too big, not too small. Seems like everybody knows your name.
We stick together through thick and thin. That's the way it's always been. 'Cause where we live is still our claim to fame. We love this town, this grand old town. There's not another town like this around. We've got it all right here in our own backyard. We love this town. We love this town. We love this town.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
It is never too early to start planning for retirement, and working with an experienced financial advisor can put you on the right path.
At Platte Valley Investment Center, our team of financial advisors will work with you every step of the way to maximize your retirement income.
Call me, Jody Rosiska, or Rick Morehouse, financial advisors, to set up your free, no-obligation consultation.
Raymond James Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Life well planned.
And finally tonight, it's National FFA Week, and this afternoon in Lincoln, Nebraska leaders celebrated those future farmers of America. Today, Governor Pete Ricketts hosted a proclamation signing ceremony for FFA Week in Nebraska. He was also joined by Nebraska Department of Agriculture Director Steve Willman and Nebraska FFA President Amanda Most. Ricketts says it's important to recognize the work and accomplishments of all the young men and women in FFA and the positive impact they're making in the state.
Agriculture is #1 industry here in Nebraska, and FFA has been really educating and helping develop leaders for that #1 industry of ours for a long time, and you all are no different. So we're very pleased to have you here to help celebrate FFA.
FFA became a nationally recognized organization back in 1928 and has more than 8,000 chapters across all 50 states. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you here next time.